Hey, greetings fanboys and fangirls. Jared here with another review from Fanboys Forever. Today I'm wishing you a very happy spooky season. That's right, we have made it to the Halloween season of 2023, and as ever, I am very excited about what the season has in store for us. Now, this first review that I'm going to be doing this month for this season really is more celebrating the superhero side of Halloween. It is the promotion, believe it or not, for the Wendy's kids meal. Yes, it's not something I ever hardly pay attention to at all, but a little while back I saw some online buzz that the next toys Wendy's was going to be doing was DC superhero themed. So needless to say, I was shocked when I saw what the toys were, and especially because these toys celebrate a very old Japanese tradition or Japanese style of toys called Keshi. And I can't wait to show you why I believe that these may be the greatest Happy Meal promotions that we've seen in the last decade, if not more. But before we begin, be sure to subscribe to the channel because that really does help us out, and like the video because that's just about the only way that YouTube will share this video with others who may be interested. And of course, comment down below letting me know if you picked any of these guys up. So with all that out of the way, let's begin. All right, before we look at the toys proper, I do want to give you an idea of what exactly Keshi is, and they're basically little miniatures that are just about 2 inches tall or so, somewhere between 2 and 3 anyway. They're done in solid colors. They're kind of rubbery almost. I'll take Bachelor here from The Worst, and you can kind of see what I mean. They're just slightly flexible, and these were really big in America during the 80s when a lot of these Japanese miniatures were released as muscle. And some of you all may be familiar with that product line, which Super 7 sometimes still uses to this day. As you can see, you can get the same character in a bunch of different colors, and the real fun is when you just kind of throw all these guys together. So you just, if you have a bunch of them in all sorts of different colorways, the appeal is just the absolutely zany combinations of colors. I'm quite excited to show you the latest in the canon of Keshi here in America. And that's these incredibly well-designed Wendy's Happy Meal toys, or kids meal toys. I guess they can't call them Happy Meal toys. Let's go ahead and talk about exactly what they are. They are these little Keshi stylized minifigures, and the guy who designed these actually had made a post about it on Twitter and was showing some of his artwork, and I just really love the stylization on these guys. And what you get is a blind box in each of the kids meals, and you get 3 figures in each box. And you get 3 little trading cards, but these are Keshi styled, so I can't wait to show you each one. You can see that they're numbered, and there's 4 different colorways. With each of these 6 sets of 3 packs, you could either get the characters in blue, red, purple, or green. So let's go ahead and check them out. We'll start with number 1. Now, the reason I know that this is number 1, I've opened all these already. At the bottom of every box, there's a number and a color around it, so it tells you which one it is, and you can see the characters in each series here, and it even tells you what color. So if you have a really nice person who's waiting on you at Wendy's, you can ask them, and I have, to get specific numbers or specific colors, and they will look for you. Just be sure to be nice about that. There's nothing worse than an irritating fanboy breathing down the neck of customer service at these places where they're already very busy. So be nice. Anyway, let's see what comes in box number 1. Like I said, it is the green version. We'll just pour them out. And you first get this little file folder. It has the DC logo, and look, there's Wendy back there. If you guys like me, do you miss Dave Thomas in those commercials? I really do. So we get a Superman family. For set 1, we have Superman, Supergirl, and Lex Luthor in his power suit. And you even get a cool little bio for each of the characters. Tells you their abilities and also a little about them. So these are just a really cool thing that they wouldn't have even had to have added. But these things are quite a bargain. Not to mention, if you donate the $1 to get the little coupon book, not only do you get like a bunch of free Frosty coupons, but you also get like a kids meal for $1.99 coupons. So that's another great way to get these. All right, let's check it out. We have Lex Luthor here, and I really like that I got this one in green because we know that his power suit is mostly green after all. And I love the detailing on this guy. And of course these aren't posable or anything because they are Keshi. They're not quite as rubbery as some Keshi, but they definitely are Keshi. Here we have Supergirl. Really like the pose they came up with for her. And then we have Superman. And I really like the classic, Trunks Superman that they have here. And 'tis the season, so I have my Universal Horrified Monsters board game. That gives them a much needed boost for my tripod here. So you can see all the cool details there. Really impressed with the really stylized, almost chibi-like design that just increases that sensation of them being Japanese inspired. And they're just terrific little miniatures. Here's the box a lot of people will want. It's series number 2. I got these in blue, and just to show you, yes, it's a blue little number 2 at the bottom, so you know that the system works. Just like last time, we'll look at the little cards. Yes, you get Batman, Nightwing, and classic Catwoman in the dress and cape. And a little bit on the back about each one of the characters. I really like Nightwing with the yellow eyes. I think that is a great design. You get Catwoman here, you get Nightwing, and of course, you get Batman. Again, I have to compliment just how dynamically these guys are posed up, and I really like their big bulky proportions, almost like a Masters of the Universe type of proportion. And it also reminds me a good bit of Batman the Brave and the Bold, which has always had some of my favorite stylization. The backs are also quite detailed as well. And I was certainly lucky in getting these in the blue configuration because I believe both Batman and Nightwing, this is probably the color that most people will want of them, but it would be great to get all the other wacky colors with these guys. It would also be neat to get a purple Catwoman. I think that would be great. Just for a quick comparison so that you can see Superman and Batman go together really well, with Superman being just slightly taller. All right, moving on. This time we have box number 3. And let's see what we got. In the set we have Wonder Woman, Cyborg, and Cheetah. I like how Teen Titans-esque Cyborg looks without just being that version. And you can see all of their stats on the back. So here we have Cheetah. It's really quite funny to see her in red because it does fundamentally kind of change the design and the look of it. And we have Cyborg. Looks like he's about to overheat. And yes, Wonder Woman. Probably one of the more popular ones to get. You can see they even went to the trouble of putting the lasso on there and adding sculpted stars to the shorts. So that's terrific. Another absolutely great set. And just so you can see the Trinity together here. But yeah, it's really fun to see them together. Here we have series number 4. These will be in purple. And yes, we have The Flash, Batgirl, and Gorilla Grodd. Here they are on the back. This is Barry Allen Flash. They're very clear about that. Barbara Gordon and Grodd, which they call him King Grodd. Let's start out with Grodd. This one is a very impressive one just because the detailing is so nice and it is so bulky. Probably the bulkiest one, and I just think it's so cool that we got a Gorilla Grodd. And it is really weighty too, so that's awesome. Of course, we have The Flash here with Barry Allen. And I just think that this is terrific, the way that they've sculpted it. I suppose this one you would want in red, but still, it's great to have this wacky color variation. And of course, you have Batgirl, one that you probably would want in purple because Batgirl's costume has been prominently purple in so many different appearances, in the Batgirl Burnside and the 60s series and the canceled movie now. Also, you can see that Batgirl here is probably in what I would consider to be the coolest, most dynamic pose of all the ones we looked at. This one just really strikes me as being something that I would have seen in one of these vintage Keshi figures, so I think that's really cool. All right, and we have number 5 here, which is in red. And yes, we have Green Lantern, Nubia, and Sinestro. This was kind of an odd choice because this is the Jessica Cruz version of Green Lantern. And Nubia here is also kind of a surprising choice because this is Wonder Woman's sister, I suppose, but I don't really know much about the character. And then we have the Yellow Lantern himself, Sinestro. Of course, this would be the set you'd probably want in green, I suppose. But here we have red Sinestro. We're going to say they're all red lanterns. And here we have Nubia. And finally, Jessica Cruz Green Lantern. She's even holding her lantern, which I think is a cool little touch. To me, this is for sure the least exciting of the sets, Of course, it has nothing to do with, them being mostly females in this pack or anything silly like that. I think it's kind of odd that they didn't spring for Hal Jordan as Green Lantern, because everything else is so Silver Age and so classic. So I think that's a missed opportunity. But I still think it's a cool set, and I definitely understand probably Wendy's desire to make sure that there were enough female appealing miniatures as well. Sinestro's still a highlight though. And last but certainly not least, we have set number 6 in purple. This is going to be the Johnny Depp divorce special, because we have Mira in it, and Black Manta and Aquaman. Yes, it's an Aquaman family set, and here we have it on the back. And I really love the drawing of Aquaman they did for this set. I suppose this one you might want in green maybe, because of Mira and Aquaman. But here we have Mira, and I really like the scale sculpting there. And we have Black Manta right here. Again, I like how bulky he is, and I love the kind of classicness of the sculpt. And of course, we have Arthur Curry himself, Aquaman. And I really like this one. I think that the scales and the expression and the hair and everything make him actually one of the better sculpts of the whole line. Yeah, this is definitely a really fun, well-themed little set. All right, so now that we look at the whole line together, of course this isn't in every available colorway, but you basically have 6 different sets. Each one includes 3 figures. That means there's a total of 18 characters. It breaks down in gender by 10 of them being male and 8 of them being female, which is a surprisingly more equal gender split than you would usually see in a superhero-themed line. And when it comes to heroes and villains, we have 6 villains and 12 heroes, which is a refreshing amount of villains to be in one series of like a kids meal promotion. Although what I'm showing here is just one of each color, is just one of each set. If you do collect all colors, you'll be collecting a set of 18 4 different times. That's once for each color, which would be a whopping total of 72 figures for this line. So I guess if there's 3 that come in each kids meal, then that means that you would be buying 24 different kids meals to get these. So yeah, if you want to complete your set, make sure that you very nicely ask the employee to look for the number and the color, and I'm sure that that might bode well for your results, so you're not having to buy a bunch of duplicates. Now, as far as I know, I don't think that Wendy's will sell you the toy separately. All the ones that I have asked, they say they have no way to ring it up that way, which is fine. I can just buy the kids meal and, you can eat it and save it, whatever you gotta do. And I've always liked Wendy's pretty well, so, it's not a problem there. So I'm not necessarily sure or anything like that I'll be able to collect all 72 of these guys. But you know what? It's just such a cool thing to have a little DC superhero like Keshi collection like this. But Keshi has always been a really fun kind of thing to collect, and you can easily integrate these in with your other Keshi collectibles. And you can see just by placing these guys up front what I'm talking about. It kind of just goes together in that great tradition of Keshi figures, and these are really addictive to collect. It's especially cool because they're small and easy to store, and I think that kids are going to love these as well as adult collectors. So don't be surprised if Wendy starts running short on these before the month is over. So let me know down in the comments below, are you going to take the plunge and collect all these things? Are you going to be like me and cautiously maybe try to get as many as you can, but realize that it may be pretty difficult? I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Either way, it's so much fun to have these guys, and I just love what they did with these. I really hope that maybe they consider doing more promotions like this in the future. I think that this is the kind of thing that could definitely net a lot of repeat visits to a restaurant. I'll definitely be keeping an eye on Wendy's promotions in the future in case they ever do anything like this again. I would love to see this continue even for Marvel characters or, well, monsters even. All right, friends, be sure to be on the lookout all month for great Halloween content and just my normal reviews that I'm always doing. And be sure to subscribe and like the video. And God bless you and yours. And I'll see you on Fanboys Forever. Happy Halloween. Fanboy out.